Hello everyone. In this presentation, we will talk about MongoDB. During this presentation, we will talk about key features of MongoDB, what is the data model of MongoDB, and how scaling is performed on MongoDB. So let's get started. So MongoDB is NoSQL database. That means data is not stored in tabular form. Instead, data is each row is given a full-fledged document. So there is no problem of one row having more feature than another since it does not have a fixed schema. So that was our another point that MongoDB is document-based storage system. It is designed for high performance, high availability, and scalability. Well, NoSQL was introduced because an SQL database have scalability issues that create problem when you have a 1 million requests per second to find data or write data to perform write or read operation on the database. Let's talk about the key features of MongoDB. First is the data is stored as a documents. So mainly the data is stored into JSON-like format, binary. We also call it a BASIN. So BASIN is actually we will talk about that later. The data model of MongoDB is schema-less. That means one row can have more features, another can have less than that. It doesn't matter. So in clear, if I tell you clearly, it is used to store semi-structured data. We will talk about scalability later. So it has a the key feature of MongoDB is it provides horizontal scalability, which allows to handle multiple requests per second. MongoDB database are highly available because by default they have a feature of replicating their own data. While in SQL we don't have a same feature, we need to manually do the replication. In if we talk about MySQL, that does not have a data replication feature. We need to create a new SQL server and replicate by ourselves. So that is a little pain when you need to write all the script by yourself, and that's not very efficient as well. But since this is a built-in feature, so that will more efficient than writing scripts from scratch for data replication. MongoDB also support indexing features as same as that of relational database such as MySQL. So this concept is really same in between them, but the implementation may be different. So let's talk about the data model of MongoDB. So let's start from backward. Documents row in analogy, document can be compared to rows. So each document will be have a, for example, we have a table of shoes. Then one document will store information about single shoe. Now document is more flexible as compared to rows. Since in row we can have fixed number of feature, but that is not case in document. Since if we talk about text document, one document can have more content as compared to another one. So that's what the feature is of documents. For example, if material used for one type of shoe maybe less than the another type of shoe. Like leather have more material than as compared to plastic shoe we have. Now documents with similar document with similar data is grouped as a collection, like like table, like in analogy to tables show similar type of data. Why in the same way collection group same type of documents together. Now data database is grouped as a collection of collections, like we have a e-commerce website, it will have a one database. We have a healthcare system as well, we it will have a different database, and so on. So that was a concept of data model. It is little different as compared to relational database that have a fixed schema, but it does not have a fixed schema. So data is stored in the form of basin in MongoDB. So basin is actually binary JSON. It's nothing any special. Actually, JSON is the widely used for data exchange between the system, while MongoDB store things in form of binary JSON. That JSON is converted into binary format. What is a why JSON is used actually? The clear reason is two. First is it provides more data data types as compared to JSON, as JSON can only store text format data, while since we are using JSON, it can store all data types such as binary data and dates. And since data is in format of binary, it is more efficient to search anything inside it. So these are the two key feature why Basin is used in MongoDB. So let's look at the example of how data is stored in JSON. Let's compare how data is stored in JSON and how it will be stored in Basin. So here you see it is a single line for JSON, while it is stored like this in Basin. So we need not to dig more deeper than this, because our interface will always be in form of JSON. So let's go ahead. Scalability. This is the key feature why MongoDB is widely used as compared to relational database. So MongoDB provide horizontal scaling. That means we can divide our main database into multiple clusters, or we say multiple servers, such that using a shared key. Like if we divide the database based on the region, like this database will show data about Asia region, this data will store about America region, and this will store data about Africa region. So like this database is divided into multiple cluster. This allows us to horizontal more available data and allow large level data scaling. So based on the shared key, the database is divided into multiple clusters. For our last example, shared key is our region. We can have a cluster inside cluster as well. Like we can make a shard key as the alphabetical order, alphabet names. Like one cluster will store database that have names from A to P. Another database will store data from Q to X, and third cluster will store database from Y to Z, and like this. So sharding allow us to have a multiple clusters working for single application. This actually allows us more available database. So multiple requests will not go and bombard a single server as in the case of SQL database. So request will be divided based on the shard key, and request will fulfill like this. So in conclusion, MongoDB is a have a flexible schema design that allow to store structured and unstructured data. It is highly scalable and available due to its built-in feature of dividing database into multiple clusters and making data replication by its own. This is the most suitable database to use for modern data-driven application that use structured and unstructured data. Thank you for having me. Have a good day.